Welcome, subscribers and visitors. It's Itai here with Jermaine again, and this is part 2 of Body Count. Today we have a special guest.
My name's Alicia.
We're going to get her views on body counts, if she's for it or against it. You know, the usual stuff we do on Print Screw LDN. So, Alicia, is it right?
Yep.
Yes. So we brought you here to talk about body count. What's your general opinion on it?
I think the whole thing is just overrated. There shouldn't even be a label on it. Sex is there to be enjoyed. I don't really think anyone should be judged based on how many people they've slept with. It's a shame that society makes it that way when really in our generation everybody is sleeping with whoever they've got a connection with. So when it comes down to actually finding someone to settle down with, to even have an issue with how many people that they've slept with, it's all a bit crazy, ain't it? Yeah, I don't even know why body count is spoken about anymore in the day and age that we're at.
Yes. So do you keep track of the amount of people you've slept with or not?
I do. I do, but that might just be because of the way I approach sex in general. I'm not really the type of person to sleep around with anyone unless I'm more so in like a relationship with someone, like seeing someone and dating them for, a certain amount of time. So that's probably why it's easier for me to know how many people it is that I've slept with. But that doesn't mean that I'm judgmental to anybody who, just sleeps with people just for the basis of just, having sex. I don't know, I think a lot of people do. Like, what do you think? I think so many people just
keep track.
You do kind of keep track of how many people you're sleeping with.
It's kind of part of your memories as well. Like, when you sleep with people and you remember those memories, little things you did on, those nights or days. And why am I acting shy? But I think
Nervous.
Am I nervous? Oh my days. Maybe I'm nervous. I don't know. But what can I say? But those times when you have those intimate connections with people, you do tend to keep track. It's not like you're like, oh yeah, this person and that person and this person. I think it's just something that you subconsciously keep track of. Well, what do you think?
Yeah, it's not even like keeping track of it to be like, oh, I'm trying to keep my body count low. Not at all. It's not like that. It's just you're going to remember who you slept with, right? It's as simple as that. But yeah, no, it's not something that I'll note down and add a number to it if I slept with someone else. It's not like that. It's just, it's not really something that you forget, I guess.
Yeah, I've heard this myth that some guys would keep a small black book of the lists of girls they slept with. I'm sorry if I'm exposing anyone out there that did this stuff. Not that I'm saying any names anyway, but they'll keep a list of the girls they did things with. Maybe describe how they looked and what country they came from and whatnot. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think once upon a time that kind of crossed my mind to do that, but I didn't do that. But
You sure?
I didn't do it. I swear I didn't do that. But yeah. But do you think some girls do things like this, but not necessarily like a black book, but I don't know, maybe in a diary or something?
I mean, okay, this is probably exposing someone a little bit, but obviously no names mentioned, so it's alright. It's good to talk about things. They're just stories, right? So I know somebody who, do you remember that's the thing that went around? I think it was Keisha the Skit.
I think I've heard something about it.
It was years ago and everybody was watching it. She wrote a whole story on her sex life basically, and it was really explicit the way she wrote it. And she didn't even articulate it properly. It was just fully how she would speak, in slang and everything. So it was just so authentic to everyone. Everyone was really into it. Anyways, I know someone who's just for herself written things on her phone. Every experience she's had with anyone sexually, she's written the whole thing. I'm not sure why that is, but I don't know, maybe it's just a part of the enjoyment of sex. People take it in different ways. I mean, for me it's I don't jot down my experience. I have the experience and that's about it. That's just from my memory. I wouldn't exactly be writing about it. But I don't know, maybe that's part of some people's enjoyment.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I do know that girls definitely do write things down, especially if your body count's a bit higher, which, like I said, I don't think there's an issue with. But yeah, some of my friends, I know that they definitely write a list down of the people that they've slept with, maybe just to remember. Yeah.
Very interesting. Sounds like you have some creative friends. Creative. I think that's creative, writing down, like, talking about your sex life and being explicit and being, like, it's very descriptive, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're thinking about those times you're intimate with someone and, you might have had some really good experiences, some rough, some short, some long, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, oh my days, but, certain, I think, sex is a very interesting thing in itself. And to have it with more than one person, and obviously each experience is going to be different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got another question for you. What's my data aim? Anyway, I got another question. So, do you think young ladies such as yourself should be open about their sexual experiences with people of the opposite sex?
I think it's healthy to talk about sex. I'm somebody who doesn't really shy away from speaking about it. I have a lot of male friends and we're very open in conversations like that. As long as you feel comfortable with people, it's not something that I go blurting out in public and stuff, because not everyone is open to speaking about stuff like that. A lot of people still do believe it's something that should be kept private, which I just respect everybody's views. But the way me and my friends are, we'll openly speak about it. I think it's interesting to understand things from the opposite sex. It's important, actually, because it makes you think of things differently. Like I think the way things were before as well, women, there's that whole thing of when you sleep with someone and you catch feelings and da-da-da-da.
Oh, yeah.
So being able to understand how the opposite sex kind of takes things, it's healthy. It definitely helps. Like the more knowledge, the better.
You hear that, people? The more knowledge, the better. Yeah, you're hearing this. This is wise words I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? Itai, do you have anything else to say?
So you say you're not judgmental about people's body counts. Have you ever been judged on your body count or witnessed anyone else being judged on their body count? For a friend or family member or anything?
Yeah, I mean, from my background, with most people's backgrounds, obviously, I mean, your parents don't really want to know that you've been sleeping around with anyone other than your life partner, right? So all of that is still like a really taboo subject. You don't speak about it. It's not something you're open about at all. So yeah, definitely. I mean, if family members were to know, it would be an issue. You do get judged on stuff like that. It's not okay to do. You're not supposed to be sleeping around people. That's how people take it, isn't it? I mean, when it comes to relationship wise, I feel like nobody's really asked me that question, which I'm glad about. Like, it should be respected. Everybody's sexual experiences are different and you shouldn't be judging anybody on it. I mean, if I was to meet somebody who was quite judgmental and had an issue with how many people I slept with, then I don't think they're for me, because then you don't have the same kind of mindset as I do. And obviously there's that whole thing of it's not judged upon guys who sleep with so many women, but it's ridiculous because it's like, who are you sleeping with? You're sleeping with women, so are their body count supposed to stay down while you're sleeping with them? It makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah, so I personally don't think too many people are as judgmental about it now. So whoever is, I just think they just need to get with the program.
Yes, and that a few more questions. Why do you think people are judgmental towards people's body counts in the first place? Like, where did it originate from? Was it just culture, religion, or mixture of the two?
Well, I think with our generation now, it's only just become as advanced as it is, and it's moved so fast. So there's been a lot of changes, but it was only back in our parents' days where things were very, very different. If you were sleeping with someone outside of marriage, that was kept discreet. Nobody would know about it. So it's only just now. Do you know what I mean? So of course there's still a lot of people that have that way of thinking. It definitely depends on your upbringing as well. So yeah, I guess that's why some people still are judgmental, but I do think that in the next generation to come, like, it probably won't be like that anymore.
When you mean the next generation to come, do you mean the next generation to come in Britain, or in Europe, or worldwide? What do you mean?
I mean, worldwide, I think obviously things are still quite, they're not as developed as we are right now. Like, we're exposed to so much in Britain, in media and everything. Like, it's very normal to even, music videos, all that kind of thing. Everything's quite sexualized. So it's normal. But yeah, I mean, like, the young generation, like our kids, for instance, I don't think that kind of thing would be judged on so much. Other than the fact when you're a parent, you're obviously still going to have, you don't want your kids sleeping around with everyone. But no, yeah, I think things will definitely be different for them.
And lastly, do you believe that other countries have a better way of dealing with body count issues, or a worse way? For example, a previous guest mentioned in Norway, men are also slut shamed.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so yeah, so is it maybe just a culture? What maybe body count just depends on what country you live in?
Yeah, possibly. Like I said, we're quite advanced. I mean, that's new news to me. I don't think I've ever really thought about it to that extent, to even realise that actually men do get slut shamed too. I mean, but then at the same time, even here, like, there is that thing where when you hear like a guy's had sex with more than like 100 people, you are like, oh, hold on. But I don't think it's because I'm judging you on, oh my god, you slept with that many people and it's gross or anything like that. It's more you're concerned about whether you're just going to be another number rather than anything else. Like I said, sex should be enjoyed, so I wouldn't judge it upon that. It's literally, yeah, if it was somebody that I was interested in, then I'd just be worried that I was just going to be, another number, basically.
Obviously, some people see it as a sacred thing. Some people see it as a game and sport, which is true, I think. And some people just see it there as pure enjoyment. But yeah, no, I don't think I have any more questions. No, guys.
You, Parfait, any questions? Are we supposed to? Oh,
No.
Okay. So that's the end of the interview. Once again, I'm Itai.
I'm Alicia.
I'm Jermaine.
Please like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.